my friends, thank you so much for being here with me today. This video is going to be kind of a combo haul and try on. I have some things that I got recently from Walgreens, and then I also thought I'd include some PR stuff that I've received lately as well that's brand new, and as my face has returned back to normal with the whole eczema situation, I'm just ready to play around a little bit more. So currently I just have my skincare on. I feel like the skin is looking really good. I did use my Vanicream Daily Facial Moisturizer, so this would be part of the haul. This was something I found at Walgreens, and I've really been enjoying using this all over the face and then going in with my actual Vanicream, the rich cream that comes out of the pump. I put it in a little jar up here, but I use that around my eyes, around my nose, and just anywhere on the face where I feel like I've been extra dry. So 2 levels of Vanicream, and then I also got this Aquaphor lip repair in the stick. I've been using the Aquaphor out of the tube, but this is a little bit lighter, and it's one of those lip balms you literally can't see a trace of it. It doesn't have shine, it has no frills, but I can tell it's there, and it does feel like a really good possible base to something else. So that's Walgreens there. I'll get to a few other Walgreens things as we go, but first, as my base, I am going to grab for my Tower 28 Sunny Days again. This has just been a go-to for me for like the past week. It's their SPF 30 tinted moisturizer. The shade is Melrose, and they say it's safe for sensitive skin, vegan and cruelty-free, won't cause breakouts. And I just get like a large pearl-sized amount squeezed out on my hand and then just dab it around. And I blend it in with one of my dense buffing brushes. Yeah, we just go all around. I love that it gives me, you know, a little bit more evenness, light coverage, but my skin likes it, so we're going with it. Hi, kitten. Oh, I got 2 kittens in here right now. Bub has a trial starting today, and he had the longest night ever, as in he did some sleeping on and off in the office while he was working, prepping for the trial, and notified me that he was on his way home like 15 minutes ago, like 5 a.m. Okay, bub. There's that all over. See how that just even things out enough? Like, I'm really enjoying getting by with that level of coverage. And then I have a new thing from my Walgreens stuff for concealer. I saw they had these from Rimmel out in a special display. And it was kind of fun because it was a different Walgreens than my usual one that I would go to, because I guess the pharmacy was closed on a Saturday in my other Walgreens. So they're like, we'll call it over to this one on the other side of town. And I go there and I'm like, ooh, there's different makeup stuff here. But this is Rimmel, the Multitasker Concealer, full coverage concealer it says, and I got the shade Sand, and I was going for a shade that I thought could be the lightest and brightest. They had a shade that should have been lighter than this, but holding them side by side, Sand seemed lighter. So it's looking kind of like a Tarte Shape Tape vibe. Consistency of it might seem a little bit lighter than that. I don't want to do too much, but we'll get a little bit here around the eye. Got some redness still around the nose. And we'll really see what this is made of, because Sunny Days, while it's a brilliant product, it does not have that much coverage. We'll blend this around, get up into that inner corner. I'm just using the end of my e.l.f. Duo Complexion brush. That seems nicely brightening. I could tell distinctly earlier where I was dark right in there. But this is just our initial spread, and then I will blend it in more with the other side. Don't you miss me doing this? I haven't done a Get Ready With Me in a while just because of the state of my skin, you know? I think this shade is actually really perfect for me. Okay, spreading around, and then I'm going to take this larger side and really just tap it in. Go over all those areas and just feel like, yeah, it's evenly getting applied. Okay, Rimmel, like that did fantastic. Looks really smooth and even. Doesn't feel dry up in there, although I do have thick Vanicream underneath. I would say it felt like a slightly thinner tape compared to your standard Tarte Shape Tape. So yeah, I think Rimmel just wanted to have something in the game, you know, that people could choose between when they're looking at the L'Oreal and the CoverGirl and just all those different things that have kind of been made to be a Shape Tape dupe. I think they wanted to have theirs out there too. Let's see. I think I will just grab my Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil. This is in Sheer Light, and I'm just trying to be lighter a little bit with the powder in here, just in case any dryness and texture starts to show through later in the day. It's not showing now, like the skin's looking really perfect. But you know, with this weather, if my skin starts to look a little more dry, I don't want powder to really exaggerate it. So that looks really good. I've loved this as a little light setting powder. The Walgreens haul will be wrapped up when I mention a couple of different lip products towards the end. But now skipping over to another haul where, yes, this is not PR, I bought this stuff, but Dibs. I've enjoyed my sticks from Dibs. I've talked about their multitasking sticks, the ones that look like this packaging, and they have like a cream blush on one end and a cream bronzer on the other. And I love the way they blend, and I really like the concept, but I feel like the two different shades that I have, they end up being really warm on the bronzer end, and I can still make them work. Like that's kind of what's kept me hooked and fascinated, is that they're so nicely blendable. But I wanted to experiment with some more. So I saw they had one option, I think this is newer here, this one called Starlit, and they give you the bronzer shade, which does that have a little bit of a satin finish maybe? I'm not sure. I don't know why I'm looking over to the kitten like, are you gonna tell me the answer? And then a glowy blush is in there as well. That's really pretty. I've enjoyed that. It's softer, it's a little cooler. And then I got the shade 5.5 in their regular line, and this I haven't used yet and I kind of want to. So it's got this deeper looking blush. This is the tone of the bronzer, and it came with, like, it was bundled with this lip color, lip gloss. That's in the shade Strawberry Summer, and it's got some shimmer. It's kind of a reddish coral. There is some sheerness to it, yes. So let's try this one. I'll use the other one in another video too, but just swipe on a little bit of this bronzer. See what she does. I like the texture. I like the concept. They're a little pricey, but just an enjoyable product, you know? So I'm gonna buff this in and just see. How well will it do? It's absolutely struggle-free blending along the lines of Persona and M Cosmetics. You guys know I speak so highly of those brands. So for this to do a comparable job, I feel like is saying something. And they're called, the actual name of the product, aren't they called like Desert Island Makeup Sticks or something like that? I'll have it down below. Ooh, I like that level of depth in this. And I feel like there's a slight scent to them. Maybe a little bit of vanilla or something is in there. I don't know. There's that. Just the bronzer blended in. I think it looks amazing. I'm really eager to see this blush in action. So tone on this. A little bit of like a rosewood type of shade, you might say. Kind of a deep, rosy, dusty rose. Not cool enough to really be called a mauve. And just as easily blendable as the other step, for sure. I'm kind of pulling it this way a little with my brush. Oh, really nice. I love that shade. I think this is for sure my favorite stick, just considering everything I have from this line. This 5.5. I could see me enjoying this shade really any time of year. It's giving me somewhat of a rosy cheeked look right now. And I'm blending it in just with a Sephora 56 that's a smaller size than my other one. Same size brush head, shorter handle that I happen to have. And yeah, that looks so good. I'm so excited about that. I'm glad I got it. And skin, by the way, for being so lightly set with powder, yeah, it does feel hydrated. It doesn't feel just completely flat and dry. We got a few different eye things that came in from Physicians Formula, also some other lip stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and just pop my brows on real quick and then we'll move to that. All right, friends, brows are done. I used my e.l.f. Instant Lift and my NYX Control Freak to set that, and I thought you all might be interested to see this. I'm very interested to try it. This came in PR from Physicians Formula. It's called the Eye Lifter. It's like a duo product here with a cream stick on one end and a brightening kind of liquid shadow, I guess, on the other end. The shade is just universal, so this is what it comes in. A universally flattering, eye-lifting liquid and cream eyeshadow that elongates, lifts, and brightens the eyes instantaneously. So they say step 1, apply the cream shadow, which is like this deep brownish shade. Apply this in the V shape shown. So basically they show this going in like an outer V. You're gonna put the liquid eyeshadow on an outline of the V and in the inner corner, and then blend for an instant eye lift. I feel like I'm gonna wanna blend this a little bit first, but let's just see. We'll see and try. This stick, wow. Pretty dark, honestly. Like I was thinking it'd be some kind of a soft shimmer, but okay. We're just a little bit scared of this. I'm gonna take it and just go for the shape. Just dabbing it on, like, do you see how lightly I'm dabbing and a lot's transferring down? Yeah, that's intensity there. I'm applying next to no pressure. Hopefully it blends really easily for me. There's no way I wouldn't get my blend started on this. Like, look how kind of patchy and just dabbed it looks right now. Gotta blend it before we get into the next step. So I'm just taking my finger. I'm gonna dab that over the lid and kind of work this shade inward with my finger. It's moving nicely. That's good to see. Okay. And then what about up here? Do we need a brush? I might take a little brush. I've never used a shadow stick that feels quite that soft. I'm gonna take this little guy from Real Techniques. It looks like a blending brush, but the bristles are somewhat stiff. It's not super big. Look how that's doing. It's practically blending the way a powder would. I mean, it definitely didn't turn cream to powder, but you know what I'm saying? Like, the ease of blending of it seems pretty good. Okay, here's our liquid shadow, and okay, just a little guy there. We'll dab a little bit of this up here in a highlighter type of zone. Get a little bit right here. Okay, I think I can use the same brush. Sorry guys if this feels like super experimental, because it is. I haven't used this until now. This shade seems to be shearing out a whole bunch. So I don't know if you noticed a lot of brightness once that got blended in, but I'm not seeing a lot going on there. To me, this feels like something that's a little more fussy than just going at the very same approach with some powder eyeshadow. That's just my perspective, because I'm very used to doing a lot of powder eyeshadow every day, you know, and I'm not sure how this is gonna wear. But that being said, it was still easier than I thought, okay? Easier than I thought. I feel like there would be a more lifted effect if I left some of the brown maybe a little less blended out, you know what I mean? Let it be a bit more opaque. But I feel like for that to look okay on the eyes, like it's either blended or not blended. I don't know that there's a real halfway point that I'd be happy with where it was semi-blended, you know? This is just where we're gonna be at with that. They also sent this waterproof super slim liquid eyeliner. So I know Physicians Formula has made liner pens before. They called them Lash Booster in the past, but this one has this super slim label. And it looks like it's covered in itty bitty water droplets. You guys have to see this. It's cool. Might just have to appreciate that in store. Okay, it is really slim. Really slim, and we're working with a brush tip on this. It's not a felt tip. I'll give it a little shake. Gosh, it's almost so fine. I feel like I'm stroking over my same area just a little bit, but wow, if you are looking for something that can lay in there so close to the lash line, I would say this is the slimmest liner pen that I own. For sure. There are a lot of really nice precise ones. Too Faced liquid liner pens that I have in like the chocolate shade and the black. Those are pretty thin as well, but I think what makes this even more unique is that just this entire length of the brush is very thin. Instead of just super duper thin at the tip and then a pretty quick taper, it's just slim all the way down. So I did a tiny line on that eye, and if you want like barely noticeable eyeliner, this might be for you. Just hugging right in there. I feel like if you were to do a wing with this, it would be the teensiest little wing. Otherwise, you could craft a wing out of it, but you might spend some time like really drawing and filling it in, you know what I'm saying? I think that will be a good product for some people who just want that liner to practically hide in there at the lash line. And they say it's waterproof, so we'll be checking on that today as well. And then third new thing from Physicians Formula is this Lash Illusion mascara. It says defining and lifting. And the look in the before and after really, it doesn't seem like an exaggerated look here, you know? It does seem like this is gonna be a soft look, but we are gonna see length. I'm first gonna curl my lashes here. The eye look it doesn't feel too tacky, seeing as it was all cream and liquid products. Well, the inside part feels a little bit like that could crease. This is supposed to strengthen and condition your lashes while providing the definition of a lifting mascara. So it definitely comes out of the tube. It's looking pretty cleaned off. The amount initially getting applied here is so light. They are catering with these eye products, I feel like, to the barely there crowd. Okay, I just immediately went in for my second coat, not wasting any time just because this has to build, you know, like that was nothing the first coat. So I wanted to really make sure it could start building, and it is. That's what it's looking like now after 2 coats. Is this pretty fast drying? Seems like it is. It's really defining, and the lashes look really real. It's not a mascara where someone would look at your eyes and immediately like identify a bunch of product sitting on there, you know? That initial coat, again, it's just so light, so barely there. This may be a good kind of like starter mascara for a kid who's just like getting into makeup. I don't know, like a junior high age person, and you don't want it to look too extreme. Even after your second coat, it doesn't look like too much, but it does build on itself. And the lashes do just look kind of light and fluffy, I'd have to say. This seems to me like this would be the type of mascara that would hold curl really well. I think it's kind of freezing on the lashes fairly quick. It's most definitely not weighing them down and just really defining all the lashes. I would say these 3 products came together in the name of like no makeup makeup. The eyeshadow was natural. It does give me a bit of a lift, you know. The eyeliner is super slim and sneaky, and then this mascara is just looking like kind of soft, fluttery, my natural lashes, but better. Now for the lips, I got a couple different new things to mention here. This was what I picked up from Walgreens. I saw this display of the Color Fetish Hydrating Lip Stains from Mahogany. I tried one of these last night and I thought it was really cool. It goes on looking sort of sheer, and then if you dab off some of the gloss or just as that wears down, you do see a stain underneath. This is Mauve Mentality, and this is Mahogany something. Mahogany Mami? I can't quite tell. But let's show you like in a swatch on my hand. So you got a doe foot applicator. It is kind of pointed at the tip for some precision. And they go on looking like kind of creamy, but this one that I tried on the other night, as it crossed my lips, I thought, okay, it's shearing somewhat. And then here's the other one. I might try this one today. Rusty, deepened red with some brown in it. You can kind of see in my swatch a little bit more of that one. See how it's not like fully opaque, but it does give you some of that immediate shine. I'm just gonna blot off the shiny color from these, and look what is undeniably left there. A stain, really, a true even stain of both of those colors. I think that's pretty cool, and it's like a true to color stain too. It's not like, oh, they turn bright pink, which just, there's some property in stains where you worry about them turning hot pink. I got those, and then in a PR package, I received these. These are from Well People. I'm not familiar with this brand at all. I don't even know how they got me, how they heard about me, but these are called tinted oils. And I thought maybe I could swatch these out too for you. This shade appears to be the lightest. There's like a light pinky nude. This shade is Soft Peony. Ooh, they got a big old like jumbo doe foot. I'll just get these swatches on my hand real quick and then maybe try on a couple. Okay, these are all these shiny shades swatched here. There's the Soft Peony, kind of a blushed nude. This next one, this more toasty caramely nude, is Daylily Petal. Next to that, you're seeing kind of a coral. I'd call it like a soft reddish coral. That one's Desert Poppy. And then this last one is Something Iris. It's so dark on the bottom, I couldn't quite tell, but it's sort of a blackberry, think black honey type of shade. I can tell there's some sheerness in these. I'll pop on this darkest one. I'm not really looking to completely overwhelm my lips with a full-on try-on today. Like the applicator, it flattens out. Can you see that? It's looking like a real hoof, you know, like a little pony hoof. That darkest shade went on a lot more even than I thought. I really thought when I was trying to swatch it on there, I thought this is going to be streaky. Hangs together nicely. Looks a lot more natural on the lips than you might imagine. Just a smidge of a minty scent in these. They don't go on your lips with any major cooling sensation at all. They feel smooth, creamy. I'm just kind of familiarizing myself with this brand because I haven't tried anything from it. I want to see the lightest color too. This is the Peony shade. Let's see what she does. Ooh, that's looking pretty. I feel like one swipe of the applicator without going back in for more product is nice. Ooh, that looks really even and really nice for a soft nude. I enjoy the way they're hanging together across the lips. While they are a sheer product, they're giving you like, I don't know, 50 or 60% opacity, it seems like. They're hanging together and looking really nice. So I'm dabbing that off because ultimately I want to show you one of these Milani ones too. And I know this is the thing that's really going to leave my lips colored. So this is the Mahogany one. And again, we expect it to go on with some shine. See how it's crossing the lips and it's just feeling light. Really pretty. Love the tone. And I love the way it immediately feels when I press my lips together. Even though I've applied this like light, semi-sheer feeling product, it's like it's hanging together. It almost feels balmy. That's interesting, the balminess as you touch your lips together. But still experiencing the shine, and as you saw, once that shine starts to blot away, we will continue to have this kind of color on the lips, which I think is very cool. So try-on haul complete. It's a pretty natural look, but that's just kind of the hand we were dealt with some of these new things, and also, you know, the things I got. I have some other new things as well, a new collection from ColourPop, the Valentine's Day stuff. I'm just trying to work my way through. And also, I got the new Essence Primer, this one, and they sent it along with the whole range of their Lash Princess. And around the time I started to experience my eczema situation, I like worked with this for 2 or 3 days. And I'm not saying she's the cause, but I'm a little suspicious. I think the cause was overall tied to more the constant dry air and possibly this exfoliating peeling wash thing that I had gotten from e.l.f. recently, and I had tried that too, and I'm wondering if that just made my skin more vulnerable to the eczema situation, and maybe I used that at a time when I shouldn't have. I've got a few little beauty suspicions there, but skin's doing really well right now, so thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. I love you. Bye.